Okay, so we get this question a lot where there's kind of like a spider diagram where you have the main compound in the center, and there are three arrows or sometimes four arrows, which gives you some of the information and sees what happens, right? In this kind of reaction, you might be asked, like, what happens when this propene reacts with bromine? So I see a lot of students struggling with this kind of question. So let's look into it. So first of all, if we want to write down what happens over here, let me, so we need to write down the molecule. So we have a double bond, hydrogen, hydrogen, and rest of the hydrogens over here. And when the bromine is actually reacts, the double bond actually breaks. And let me draw it with another color so you can understand. So there was a double bond over here. And now the double bond actually broken down into single. And this one has been converted into like this. We extend the double bonds that existing previously in this manner. Now, if we write down the rest of the molecule, then it looks like this. And we can now add our two of the bromine atoms like this. So now if the question asks you about the displaced formula that forms when propene reacts with bromine, then we can write this diagram that is forming over here. But if they ask you about the structural formula, we can write down CH3, CHBr, and then CHBr. That's pretty much it. For the next one, where we see KMnO4 in H plus, then we get a diol. In the same way, we can see the chemical reaction that will happen. So you see what happens in this double bond, right? The double bond is actually going to break apart, and then we get the same form of the compound where the double bond is going to break down and extend as single bonds, and then you just add the OH like this. So this is the molecule that forms. This is a diol. It's actually propane 1,2 diol.